and get healthy. Stretch. Feel great about yourself and have some fun. It's time for you. Fitness is the key to your future. Don't get locked out. Take the challenge. Commit to be fit. Welcome to Commit to be Fit. I'm Susie Smith. First of all, I'd like to thank BPTV for inviting me to be a part of their team and also allowing me to share my passion for fitness and exercise with you. I'd also like to thank the cameraman, Jimmy, because we're all volunteers here at BPTV. Over the last 30 years, I've either participated, competed, taught, or became certified in a variety of fitness disciplines. It's my intention today to help you get started on a fitness program that you can build on for the rest of your life. Now, when I was asked to come on the show, I was a little afraid because I've never had a TV show before. I've guest spotted on Susie Roberti's Let's Talk Tail Waggers, but I've never had my own show, and I told my husband I'm a little afraid to do the show, but then I thought, well, there's somebody out there today that is afraid to get started in fitness, and that's why I'm here, to help you get started. I told my husband it seems like it would be a little hard to be on the show talking about fitness, and he said, well, all you do is work out, and when you're not working out, you're talking, so kind of went along together, so makes sense. But I would like to help you get started, and not only get started in fitness, but help you stay motivated. That's the key, is staying motivated over time. And I think that if you start with a really basic program, that's going to help you stay motivated. And sometimes some of the programs that you see on TV, the infomercials, they're so threatening and so overwhelming that it makes people not want to exercise. So today we're building a foundation of basic exercises that will help you get started on your journey of fitness. And I know lots of people that have offered to come on the show and give their points of view on fitness, some health and fitness experts, and I'll be bringing them on in different later shows. But I'm the nuts and bolts person of fitness. If there's something to be competed or challenging, I'm there. So I've power lifted, I've competed in bodybuilding, arm wrestling. I like to climb walls, I've run a marathon, so just about anything that you can think of. But when I got started, I was not into fitness at all. I was a smoker. And the very next day after I stopped smoking, I started lifting weights at home with my husband. And then I got hooked, and it went from there. So that's what I want to give you today. I want to give you that basic workout where I started. And I found it hard to lift 25 pounds. That I was a weakling. And it took me 5 years of working out religiously to bench press 135 pounds. I started out bench pressing 35 pounds. It took me 5 years. It took me an additional 10 years to bench press 135 pounds for 10 repetitions. So I'm only telling you that to let you know that there's no shortcut. If you have a goal, it might not be to lift heavy weights, and that's fine. That's not for everybody. But if you have a goal, you need to stick with it, and it will take time. And I need you to check with your doctor first to make sure that everything's okay for you to start a fitness program. Let them know what you're planning on doing. Drink plenty of water. That's one of my hard things. I always have to remind myself to drink plenty of water, so I carry a water bottle around with me. And I don't want you to be afraid to start fitness. I know there's somebody out there today that's been trying to get started in getting in shape or just, being fit and feeling good, and you've been afraid to do that because it's overwhelming. Well, today's not going to be overwhelming at all. We're going to start a workout that you can do at your own house. maybe in the kitchen. I like to work out in the kitchen. I have a little TV in the kitchen, and I like to do some of my squats and regular exercises there. So I want you to think of today as being the first day of the rest of your life, and you're going to take care of yourself. So this is where we begin. So what is fitness? A general definition of fitness would be the ability to get through your workday and still have enough energy left over to come home and take care of your kids and take care of all those things that happen in your life that on a day-to-day basis, carrying groceries up and down the steps, all of those things with minimal injury and have enough energy left over for some recreation. So you really want to take care of your body. It's the only one that you're going to have. And fitness comes with such a huge benefit package. Fitness will help you live longer. It'll help you be able to play with your grandkids, be able to get out there and throw ball with the kids or walk the dog or go grocery shopping or lower your blood pressure. I mean, it does just so many good things for you. It helps you to look good. That's another byproduct. Your skin begins to look better. You're drinking more water. You're taking care of yourself. So today I just want you to make the commitment. You're going to commit to be fit. And that's what we're doing today. So we're going to come up to standing. I'm going to show you some basic exercises. You won't have to go to the gym right away. You can get organized at home and start to feel comfortable with your body and how the exercises work for you. So we're going to come to standing, and the first thing you want to do when you start an exercise program is to warm up. We're coming from a seated position, which is a resting position, and we're going to do vigorous exercise. So there has to be a segue, and that segue can just be marching in place, or you can be stepping side to side, anything that you feel like doing. I would want you to do this for approximately 5 minutes before you start any exercise program. So just turn some music on, whatever you like. You might like Elvis Presley, you might like Lady Gaga, whatever, anything in between, Bob Seger, whatever gets you moving. That's what I want you to do for 5 minutes before you start the workout program. And you don't have to be marching. You can dance. Sometimes I just, kind of get into moving around, and I'm an aerobic instructor, so I'm always out there, and I'm always moving. But just move in place. That's what I want you to do for about 5 minutes. But I want you to think about good posture before we start lifting weights. You're going to have even pressure on both sides of your feet and the front and backs of your feet. I want you to stand tall and take your shoulders back and let your arms hang loosely down to your sides. Another thing is to pull your chin in. I notice as people age, they start to let their chin go forward and they start to kind of stand like that. You're going to train your body to stand in a nice neutral standing position, pulling the chin in, looking really strong, and you want to have even pressure on both sides of your body. The first exercise we're going to do is one of the key exercises. It's a very functional exercise. It's the squat. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see proper alignment in the squat. And the breath is really important. You want to breathe while you're exercising. I take a deep breath and then I exhale as I'm exerting. But as long as you're breathing, don't worry about that right away. So just get nice and tall, even pressure. You're going to inhale as you squat down and exhale as you come up. Now what's going on here is my knees are behind my toes. You can see that there's a straight line here going down to my ankle and I'm coming back up. What I don't want you to do is I see this a lot. I see the knees going out over the toes because people aren't used to using the quads in the beginning. So sit back, you're using the quadriceps, which is a big muscle in the upper part of your legs, the knees behind the toe. We're just going over form today. I want to make sure you have the form down. And you only need to go about parallel or above and then come back up. And when you come up, you're squeezing the hamstrings, you're squeezing the butt. And it's a nice, it's also working your upper body So inhaling down and exhaling up. And you'll be looking straight ahead as you squat and exhale up. And a nice place I find to do this is at the kitchen sink. When you have your sink basin here and you're holding onto the sink, you can actually sit way back and just inhale down, exhale up. And all the exercises we're going to do for at least the first week will be one set of 10 repetitions. So a repetition is one time down and one time up. I want you to do a set of 10 of those. So again, feet are hip width apart. You're standing with your back really tall and straight, shoulders back. Inhale down, exhale up. Okay, that's the squat. And the squat will come in handy for things that you do during the day. When you go to pick up the kids' toys off the floor, try not to pick up like this, leaning over from the back. It really pulls the low back, and you'll be much safer if you squat down and pick up a toy. Use your legs. All right, the next exercise that you're going to be doing is for the back of the leg, the hamstring muscle. So let's either stand on a step or on a board, and we're going to work the opposing muscle. We work the quadricep. Now we need to work the back of the leg so that you don't have an imbalance. So stand tall again with your shoulder blades together, shoulders back. Inhale first. As you exhale, you're just going to bring your leg up, and you're going to feel that hamstring working. And then exhale down. And inhale and exhale. And just keep the breath going. Exhale, squeeze the muscle. Inhale down. I'm standing on a step because it helps me to keep better alignment. If I were on the floor doing hamstrings, I'd have to balance on this leg and I have to cock my hip a little bit. So I want to stand on the step and just take it out and exhale and inhale down. And I'm working that opposing muscle group on the back of the upper leg. So just flex your foot, bring it up, and take it down. If you want to add a little bit to this later, you can take it up and just push straight back. Then you go from working the hamstring to working the glutes. So you can do a hamstring curl for 10 reps on each leg. And when you're done with that, take the foot up and just pretend that you're pushing behind like a donkey kick and squeeze in the butt. Okay, the next exercise for lower body will be the calf muscle. And I'm just going to pull the pant leg up a little so you can see my calf muscle as I work, so you can see what we're doing. We're going to stand on the step, inhale on the way down, stretch out the calves, and then exhale, come up on the toes. So you're inhaling down and exhaling up and really working the calf muscles and the ankles and just get a nice stretch. You'll appreciate this stretch on the way down. It feels really good after standing all day. Okay, so that's our lower body workout. I'm squatting to pick up my board, not bending over at the waist. And I want you to do one set of 10 repetitions every other day. And on the off days, you'll do some walking or some cardio work. Okay, we're moving into upper body. The first thing we're going to do is a bench press or a push-up, whatever you would want to call this. This would be a push-up or a press. So I need you to get in a perfect alignment, a straight line. I don't want you to be like this when you go to do your push-up. So bring the butt in and get into a neutral position. And again, I like that kitchen sink where you can hold on to right at the basin. And it'll be a little higher than this for you. So get your shoulder blades together and shoulders down away from your ears. Inhale as you come down. Exhale as you push up. And you're not using your butt to come up. It would be easier if you came up like that. You don't want that because that takes all of the work out of your pec muscles, out of your chest muscles, and it puts it into your low back and your butt. So get in position. Get your head in line with your spine. Nice straight line. And you're going to inhale down and exhale. Nice and controlled. And an added benefit of this exercise If you hold your stomach in, pull your navel to your spine, you're going to get a nice abdominal workout. So I'm going to pick up some weights, and you can use anything actually that you have at home. It's nice to have a few sets of weights. So just go out and pick up a couple sets of weights, and you can do almost anything with just a few sets of weights. So the next exercise is for back. And I'm going to turn sideways again so that you can see proper alignment. My feet are hip width apart, and I'm standing tall. My shoulder blades are together, chest is out, head is in line with my spine. It's not out here. I'm pulling my chin back. I'm going to keep my knees slightly bent as I inhale and keep my shoulder blades together, and then exhale, squeezing the butt and the hamstrings. Come back and squeeze the shoulder blades together. Now normally I wouldn't have my head turned sideways when I do this. I would stay just like this. Come down only so far that my back can stay straight. I don't want to try to take the weights to the floor and spread my shoulder blades apart. I want to keep that nice flat line. So inhale down and exhale, squeezing the butt on the way up. This is such an all-over great workout. This is called a stiff-legged deadlift, and if you have the weight on your shoulders, it's called a good morning. So you might hear it called a couple different names. Inhaling down and exhaling up. Okay, good job. That would be for your back. So we've worked chest and back. We're going to work shoulders, and we can do shoulders in a standing position or a seated position. I'm going to use this big ball today, and if you do decide to pick up a little bit of equipment, this is one of the greatest things that you can buy is a ball. These cost under $10 at most department stores. So you want to get seated on the ball and just kind of locate yourself in the center and have your knees directly over your ankles. So your feet aren't way back here and your knees jutting out. You want to make a nice broad base to build on. And I'm going to start with some light weights. And we're going to do shoulder press. You want to start with your arms parallel to the floor. So this part of my arm is going to start and finish parallel to the floor. You don't really need to go down this far. If you go down further, you're going to really get into the rotator cuff and probably, put a little extra strain on yourself. So start here and inhale first. Pull your stomach in and exhale as you push the weights up and a little bit in front of you, and inhale down. Now this is a really functional exercise because if you notice that a lot of times you go to put a heavy box, maybe after the holidays, up on a top shelf, and you pull something and you feel like, oh, that hurt. But if you train yourself in these types of movements, when you go to do your actual work, you'll find it's a lot easier. So inhale, sitting nice and tall, exhale up, and you're squeezing the shoulders. One thing I don't want you to do in this exercise is to come up and hit the weights. When you hit the weights together, that takes the continual tension off of your exercise. So inhale, exhale, bring them up almost to touching, but not quite, and then bring them back down. Good job. Okay, we're coming back up for a bicep workout. I'm going to stand for this workout, and I want you to start with light weights. Get 2 sets of weights if possible, probably like a 3-pound and a 5-pound would be good to start. But don't be afraid to up your weights. Don't be afraid to get strong. That's one of the big things of working out, the big benefits. It builds bone density and builds muscle, and muscle keeps everything in place. If you have a lot of muscle over your bones, it's going to keep everything in place and keep you nice and strong. So bicep curls. I'm standing really tall. My shoulders are back and my blades are slid down my back. My chin is level with the floor. I'm going to inhale first. Pull my stomach in. Exhale as I bring the arm up. Inhale down. Exhale up and inhale down. And another way you can do it is to turn the palms forward and exhale up. Inhale down. Exhale up. And inhale down. And notice that my elbow stays at my waist. I see this all the time in the gym. This drives me nuts. And I see people doing stuff like this. And you're hurting your back and you're just throwing your back out of place. So stand nice and tall, just like a machine. Hip width apart, nice and strong. Bring it up there. Exhale. Exhale. Good job. Okay, you'll be doing a set of 10 repetitions on each arm. Now, if you want to, you can do both arms at the same time. The only thing I'd like to caution you about doing both arms at the same time is that sometimes in the beginning, it makes your pelvis come out of alignment and you start to tilt back. And you don't want to do that. You don't want to get the back into it. You want to stay nice and strong, nice and tall, knees slightly bent, exhaling up. Good job. Okay, the next move will be for the opposing group again, because we work front of the leg, back of the leg. Work the front of the arm, we have to work the back of the arm. So tricep kickbacks. I'm going to pick up a weight. I'll pick up 2 weights. And we're going to get that flat back position again. So I'm going to stand sideways so you can see. My knees will be slightly bent. I'm going to fold over hinge from the waist, bring the elbows up high. And the elbows are going to stay there. Now, I don't want my head to be like this, looking into a mirror. I always tell people in my class, if they have to look, face the mirror sideways and look this way so that you don't put all of that tension in your cervical spine. So elbows are up, back of the neck long, stomach is in. Inhale. As you exhale, bring the arms back. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Inhale forward. Now you can do one at a time. I still want you to get 10 repetitions. 1 set to start. We're going to build from that. Exhale back. Inhale forward. Good job. Okay, that was triceps. We're going to do standing abdominal work today. Now I notice a lot of people tell me they have back pain, and usually what happens is that your abdominals are weak. So we're going to start with just a nice standing abdominal workout. And I want you to put your left foot forward, put your right foot back, and your feet are hip width apart. You're going to inhale. As you exhale, you're going to twist over that front leg and then come back to center. And always twist over the front leg, not the back leg. If you were to twist over the back leg, it takes your knees into a really bad position, and it puts a lot of stress on the ACL. So 1 foot forward. Now as you get this move, exhale, be the ball. Look at the ball. Come back to center. Exhale and back to center. We'll do that on both sides. I want you to do 20 reps on both sides to start. Now all this you're going to do 3 times a week. Another exercise for standing abdominals would be to take the ball up, bring it over, and just bring it over, and exhale, and exhale. And you can stay on one side with this too. You can start and stay and do 20 here, inhaling up, exhaling down, or you can alternate. So there you go. So that is the workout that I want you to get started at. And we're going to take a little stretch here. Let's inhale up and exhale out. Reach behind, lace the fingers, and just open the chest. Take 1 foot back, stretch out the calf. As you take the other foot back, you'll lace the fingers, stretch the back. And bring it up. Nice inhale. And let's review. I want you to do all of those exercises, 1 set of 10 repetitions, 3 times a week, with a day off in between. And on that day off, you can march in place for a half hour, 20 minutes to a half hour. You can dance, you can walk, maybe take your weights with you and walk. But whatever you want to do on those off days for cardio would be wonderful. But 3 days a week, we'll be building up to 3 sets of 12 repetitions. All right, so that's our workout for today. I really appreciate you coming here and visiting me in my world of fitness. And if you have any questions or comments or, just anything at all, maybe you want to be on the show and talk about what you do, email me at committobefitforever@aol.com, and that address will be listed at the end of the show. And I want to thank you for being a part of my world, and please come back and just really take the challenge and commit to be fit.
Indoor tanning was safe.
They said their tanning rays were less likely to cause a sunburn.
What you need to know is UV light from indoor tanning
Can cause premature aging.
And even worse, UV light can increase your risk of skin cancer,
including melanoma, the deadliest form of skin cancer.
In fact, current estimates are that 1 in 5 Americans develop skin cancer.
And 1 person dies from melanoma about every hour.
I don't want to be one of them.
This message brought to you by the American Academy of Dermatology.
The American Legion. We're a powerful force for the nation. We pledge ourselves to our veterans, our youth, a strong national defense, and Americanism. These 4 pillars shape our work and what we do for America. We work relentlessly within our 4 pillars of service, and we succeed. We're committed to making sure all veterans receive the benefits they deserve for the sacrifices they've made in service to America. We support and promote citizenship and integrity in America's future leaders. We know what policies, tools, and manpower our military needs to protect this great country. We fight to get these things done. We're patriots through and through. We promote and defend these values every day in communities across the nation. Go to Legion.org to find out more about the American Legion's commitment of service to America.
Hey, you ready?
Of course I am.
What are you waiting for?
I was waiting for you. So we're gonna continue the company thing real quick.
Okay, places everyone. In a minute! Do I have to do everything myself?
You can't do it all by yourself.
I'd say that...
Sure I can.
No, he can't. And neither can I. So why don't you come on down to BPTV and help us make some of the great community programs you see on this station every day.
Yeah!
I mean, we can help you make your TV show ideas a reality.
It's pretty awesome.
So, come on down. I mean, I am pretty good. But I'm sure I could use your help.
Kenny, lan nga ma sa table de multiplication ma dégg?
3 et 3. 3 fois 2, 6.
3 fois 5, 15.
Bu jëkk Mariama ndax mën nga ñoo wax ñaata